Hey Rob, you're back. Wait, where are you going? Rob? Oh, come on Rob, don't be like that. I know you didn't like the last plugin. It was $10. I'm not the one who put that price. Okay, I'll make it up to you, okay? Look, actually I have found a free plugin. It does kind of the same thing. Well, not really the same thing, but it's similar. It's similar. Come on, you will like it.
Nope.
Look, it's this one here.
Nope.
So I'll leave the plugin link in the description for you to get. Once you're there, you just have to click get plugin or something like that, and then you'll press try in studio. Once you're in studio, it'll tell you to install. You just hit that, and now you just go to plugins and you're gonna look for it. Where's mine? Oh, here. It is called Bezier Curve Shapes. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but hopefully it is something. And this is what you get. This will be the first thing that you see. It says click the select button to start editing, and you just click it. Okay, we have settings, but we'll talk about that later. Now it says select an object. The mouse position will determine the center of your shape. I don't know how to read. That means we have all of this, right? And we're gonna make a shape here, and this will be the center of the shape. I have 3 different shapes that I want to try out to see if it works properly and what happens. Hold left click to move point, or press left click to create a new one. Use a flat surface for the best results. Finish the shape by connecting a point to the end point. Click finish to export a part. Okay, sounds easy. So the first shape that I wanted to try out was a flower, because it has a lot of curves and maybe it will not know how to work with that, but maybe it will, I'm not sure. So I have tried it out before, like to know how the plugin works. So you just left click and I don't know, let's do one here, another one here, maybe one here. You wanna go one there? Okay. And then to finish, we click on the end part. And this is what we get. This looks awful, I know, but look at this. So these are the points that we can move. And we just hold left click and we drag it to the center. And look at that. And now, if we do this, okay, it works. I'm not sure how it'll do with this both parts. It actually works. Because I've tried this shape a bit before, but like, it wasn't like that. So I decided to try it out again. And that is the last piece. And look at that. However, it is a bit not perfect, but a flower isn't perfect, right? But if you want to have a perfect flower, you can just move this around and you can literally edit this as you wish. For example, if you drag this, you see that? Now it's much more symmetrical than before. And now we just have to hit finish. And we have 2 options, fill shape or outline only. If we hit the outline only, we're literally gonna have like this red part over here. However, I do not want that, so I'll fill my shape in, and now we just have to wait. By the way, this is just like that because you can drag this and have bigger. Oh no, you can't. Okay. Now, once it's calculated position, we hit. No, never mind. It starts on its own, and look at that. It is filling up every part. It is so satisfying looking at this. And now, I think this is to start again. Yeah. And now we have a flower. Look at that. Now we can wait. So if you want to use these tools over here, you cannot unless you close the plugin window, but now you can. Look. So it now may be a little laggy, as you see, but I'll explain why in a minute. So we have a perfectly shaped flower within minutes, and in Roblox Studio. How insane is that? Well, actually, now that I look at it, this part is not really symmetrical, but who cares? Now I want to try 2 more shapes, but before that, I'm gonna explain some things of the plugin. So if you go over here, it says open settings, and you have various things to play with. For example, the border position. The maximum is 200. I'm guessing the higher the number you put in, the more parts your object will have. So it is going to make your game a lot more laggy, so you may want to check that out. So we're gonna set this to 25, but you see border position and it's literally perfect. Well, maybe in the center. I'm not sure if those are just shadows or if it's not really filled properly. Now we have the fill precision, which 30 is the maximum number. Again, the higher the number you put in, a lot larger your game will be. So you can just set, if it is really a basic shape, you don't really need a lot of fill precision. But if it is something like a flower, you see it has a lot of curves, and these parts over here are really hard to fill in. So in this case, you'll put a higher number. If it is like in a regular rectangle, you don't need much. The next thing is the default color. Now, I have talked with the creator. I don't really like this system of the RGB numbers. Or I don't know how to call that. Because here you have to insert each number for the color. And of course, you don't know what color that is, because there are a lot of colors, right? So as I said, I talked with the creator, and he's working on a color wheel, which is not fully released yet due to some issues, but it will be. So this will disappear and you'll have a color wheel, which is much easier. But I have a trick to insert this at once and for it being so much easier. So you have to close this window, okay? So for example, you have, let's say you have this part and you set a color that you like. For example, I like this one. Here in properties, you just have to go to view and select properties. You have this code over here, you just click it, Control C, you copied it, and now you go to your plugin again, and here in the first one you just paste it. You have that, and you can just type in the rest of the numbers, and it is a much easier option. And you see you have that, and the default material, it is another thing that I'll talk with the creator about, because I feel like this should be like a multiple choice thing. Click an arrow over here and like a lot of options pop out. However, this cannot be done right now. So if you want a specific texture, you'll just have to go to material and you'll have to type in the exact word that it says here. For example, diamond plate. You see it has a space in between. So I think, I'm not entirely sure about this, but you have to type in exactly as it says. I forgot what it said. Diamond plate, okay. You see the capital letters and everything. And now, wait, I forgot to fill this in. Let's put 10. And now you just save it. I'm pretty sure it has to do something with the material. Because look, if we type in smooth plastic, it works. Maybe it does not support every single material, but I think it does. You know what, let's try to type it differently. Oh, okay, no space in between. Okay, I got that. If it says rock lava, don't type the space in between and it'll work. And now we're going to try the next shape with the settings that we have. Why not? And I was thinking to do like a person, a vectorized person. Wait, I need a picture because I don't remember how it looked like. Okay, now we select where we want the center of the piece to be, and we just do a basic shape. This will be edited. I'm gonna make it big because why not? See, it is really different from the final result. I haven't tried this one out yet. Maybe it doesn't work as well as I thought. But now let's edit it by moving these parts however we want. Look at that. I mean, it could use some work, definitely. But this depends on how you do it. By the way, one thing to mention, the more points you add, the more the possibilities you will have to edit this. For example, if I were to add another point here, I could have made this curve a little better if I wanted to. And also, one tip for you guys, if you place these points correctly at the beginning, like I placed them a bit randomly, but like if you go into this view, for example, into top view, and you just place the points strategically, it'll be much easier for you after to reshape it and make the shape that you want in the end, just so you know. Now we hit finish and we just hit fill shape. By the way, I think you can open settings if you forgot to change something, but we'll click fill shape. It is going to calculate the position of where to add the rectangles, and now it is adding it. You see it has the diamond plate texture because we added that. However, you see if we do materials, it may have some issues, but it is really good. You see, maybe this line, maybe if I were to put fill precision higher, this won't be here. and I noticed this little mistake here, which again, it depends on your settings. However, I think that now, because of the settings we have, this is not as laggy. Okay, it is a bit laggier. It's a bit laggy, but you have to understand the shape and the size of this, okay? Now I'm gonna do one more shape, and I just forgot which one I was going to do. Okay, so we did like a really curved shape with this person. We did an even crazier curve here, and now I want to try out how it works with straight, how do I call them, angles? You'll see what I mean. So we're going to make a diamond, okay? Simple but effective. Because of the shape, we're going to put 15, and the border position, let's add it to 100, okay? 100. I forgot to select a color that I like. For example, this is not the most efficient thing in the world, but as I said before, the creator is working on a color wheel, and that is the game changer right now. And I'll talk to him about the material, and if you guys have any recommendations, you can just comment down below, and hopefully the creator is watching this. So we do that, and now we type in the colors, and we are going to have smooth plastic for this one. No, actually, let's see if we have another thing. Ice. Let's put ice. It works with another material. It does work, okay. Now we select the surface, and let me see what I can do. Oh, by the way, if you clicked on a spot that you didn't want, you just Control Z and everything's fine. Okay, this is what we have, and now let's give it some work. Now look at that. Now we're just going to fill shape. I know this plugin, it is for curves, but it does work with straight lines. However, we see the textures are some kind of disadvantage that this has, because it fills everything with rectangles, and because of that the textures might get messed up like this. It works really good with smooth plastic, because it doesn't have any, the entire texture is the same, not like this one that has a lot of spots, lighter spots, darker, and you see this combination which looks great here and also great here, but you can't mix this two. But it does work, it works. So I have tested this plugin with these 3 different shapes. I see I'm going for blue today. I think it works pretty great, and it is free. Like, that's the whole point. It is free and it works. In my opinion, phenomenal. Maybe I wouldn't use it for really big structures. Instead, I maybe would have done like a small shape, like, you know, try to work in these 4 squares over here, and then resize it or scale it with this tool. You see, you can do this. I think it is a lot less laggier if you go from like a small thing with fewer parts and then scale it, and going from a really big one with a lot of parts that you have to scale them. Like, you're literally scaling one, okay, but each individual rectangle is scaling. It is great, right? You know? Well, thanks for the creator for making this. If you want to get this plugin, it is in the description. Now let's see what Rob has to say.